Fun fact, I was a super awkward child growing up. Very. First of all, I was called Frog Voice. Nobody called me Frog Voice. No. I'm not saying that just to like, no, I was, because I had this, I'm good at laughing at myself and like sharing. Oh, thank you. No, now it works. Sexy frog. Grew up in Mombasa. Mombasa is my happy place. It's shags for my kids, you know, and I go there every year, twice a year, just to like recoup. And she said to me, there's a radio station called Pulse FM, which is opening, and maybe you should try out for it because, you know, you have this voice. She used to make fun of me, but she said maybe this voice, which is super weird, could land you a job. And I did. I went and tried out. I had never done any training, and I got the job, and I told Dad, I'm getting a paycheck. He's like, good, you can continue living with us, it's fine now. And Pulse FM was the sister station of Capital FM. Now, I had been obsessed with Capital from the time I was really young. Capital and Kiss. I was just very drawn by everyone from Caroline to Zane Bergie to, I don't know, all of the greats we have today, really. And even when I was a teenager listening to Rick Dees, I kind of used to be like, yeah, maybe one day I can work there. Maybe one day. But this girl from Coast, how does she get from Coast to there? But I always, and Patricia Mira was a family friend, but we'd be at functions and I just couldn't talk, and she was there, I'm like, oh my God, it's Patricia. And I remember she told me, Janet, just finish high school, because I was like, look, I'd really love to try radio. She said, just finish school. So when I was 19, working at Pulse FM, and they were the sister station, I'm like, girl, shoot your shot. This is it. And I did. And I called Capital every day. I'm not saying every other day. I called them every day. Whenever I got off my shift, every day, the receptionist would say, Janet, it's you again, asking the same question again. Okay, so one day, what did she do? She said, just hold on. And she patched me through to, who remembers Phil Matthews? Yeah, 50-50. I'm really showing my age. Phil Matthews was, again, he trained a lot of the people that you see now. And I'm just patched through, and he's like, hi, Janet. And I almost faint. And he's like, I know you've been calling every day. We got your take. I sent an audition, an audio audition. And he said, as soon as there's any opening, we'll let you know. And one day he called. And there was an opening. And I started doing the mid-morning magazine. At 19, I was supposed to be in uni. But I said, let me take this to just kind of get myself in. It's funny, I don't think I really knew what I was doing. I was just following my passion and my love for radio and music, because I love music. And it was Capital. And they trained really well. I'm sure they're amazing. They're one of the greatest, and they were just really good at training. So I did radio, then I went to uni. But the radio gig really exposed me in many ways to things like production and editing and hosting. And it gave me some confidence. Fun fact, I was a super awkward child growing up. Very. First of all, I was called Frog Voice. Nobody called me Frog Voice. No. I'm not saying that just to like, no, I was, because I had this, I'm good at laughing at myself and like sharing. Oh, thank you. No, now it works. Sexy frog.